Hello everyone, this is Nordana. Today I want to show the process of making my own fighting game. I am not coding a whole game of course, but designing it visually, creating the characters, the vibe, the world, and imagining what it will look like in my style. If you follow me on social media, you've probably noticed that I like to draw cartoon stylized characters. And I thought, what if I go beyond my limits? And I came up with this challenge. Draw realistic characters with muscles, because I still suck at drawing them, and backgrounds. Why I choose a fighting game? Because whenever I came across a fighting game concepts on Pinterest, I was thrilled with how all these concepts look very cool. The characters, the styles, the energy, everything feels so unique and exciting for me. And I always dreamed of someday drawing my own characters for a fighting game. I thought it would be easy and fun, but this idea took me almost 3 months. Mostly because I wanted to polish everything to perfection over and over again until I wouldn't be embarrassed to show the final result. There were moments when I wanted to quit, thinking this was the stupidest idea ever. Sometimes I didn't want to do anything at all, and I think that was I don't know what I think. But surprisingly, I still managed to pull myself together and brought this idea to an end. And I don't regret that it took me a lot of time, because the result was really interesting for me and I learned a lot of things from myself. So yeah, let's see the process. So my goal is to draw 4 characters and 2 backgrounds. Before I start drawing, I need to look up for references. Usually, before starting any project, I always do research. I have to understand the topic, look at the context, and try to figure out what I'm getting into. I've never played a fighting game before, so I tried my best to capture the vibe and beauty of fighting games through characters and environments. I was genuinely interested in exploring all of this, but since this project was just for fun, I didn't dive too deep into the topic. But I still picked a few key ideas that I used for building the world. I also tried to come up with some kind of proper lore for this world, but honestly the only solid idea I had was that it takes place in the future, somewhere between modern day and sci-fi. I wanted that future to show mostly through details, without going too far away from a modern look, as you can see from my references. I also collected these references for the characters, and actually I already had a rough idea of their look in my head, so finding references for them wasn't too hard. The most important thing for me was to capture their shapes, make them recognizable, and keep them readable as well. As soon as I have collected enough references, we move on to the next stage, and it's drawing the characters. Honestly, I struggled a lot trying to find a good design for the first character. The first version, it didn't really work. I don't even know what else to say. Like, he looks, weird. But I really like how the second version turned out. And he looked absolutely gorgeous. I love the long scarf that point out his silhouette. I also love this fabric in his outfit and the accessories. But still, it wasn't quite right. He ended up looking too fashionable. But this version was very close to the final result. Here I wanted to try something different, so I made a version with bright colors. I like this charismatic look in his face and pose, but at the same time he loses that sense of mystery. And the green color feels kind of out of place, to be honest. I really wanted to design a character dressed in darker tones, with accessories in his main accent, and I wanted him to be a kind of mysterious character. So the last 2 versions didn't really fit the idea. In the end, I combined the last 2 versions, and this guy is what I ended up with. I kept that fabric from the second version with the scarf to make the silhouette more interesting, and I kept the same accessories and belts. Of course, the references I collected and the final design look very different, but the vibe that I wanted to capture is captured, and that's what matters the most. Before looking for references for her, I already knew I wanted to draw a confident, cool character, and this photo became my main inspiration for her. I love how confident this woman in the picture and how the nude color just only emphasized her softness and beauty, so I immediately started drawing. It was important for me to show a balance between softness and strength in her design, and I used a lot of sharp details in her outfit. So I made 3 versions. Each of them looks great, and I really love the outfit and hair in the first one and the armor piece on black in the second version. Honestly, I even thought about sticking with the first version, but I wanted to remove some strictness from her outfit. So I drew another version and another and another. And I got completely lost because all of the versions were so good in their own way. Here I like the outfit and details, the armor, and this long dress with armor. So I tried to combine all of my favorite elements into one design. And this is the final result. I am really glad I ended up with this version. I love her confidence, I love the sunglasses, and I love these armor pieces in her design. Like, this is exactly what I wanted. And now we move on to the third character, probably the easiest one. It was easy because I already see her design pretty clear in my head. You know, she's open, cheerful, and full of energy type of character, and I love designing characters like her. Like, they're the most fun and the easiest for me to design. I think I nailed perfectly with the first version. Everything about her is perfect. The pose, the shape, the outfit, exactly how I imagined. Especially love how her face turned out. Later, I made 2 more versions thinking maybe I could come up with something even cooler. The second and third design ended up being much calmer compared to the first one. I actually liked the outfit in the second version, but it doesn't really reflect her personality. And the third one looks a bit boring, like there was something missing in her design. I love how the sneakers turned out, so I kept them. In the end, unfortunately, I just couldn't beat the first version. It was just perfect. So before finalizing her, I played around with some patterns on her pants. And And finally, the fourth character, the hardest one. He was difficult because I had to draw him big and muscular, and honestly, I didn't have much experience with characters like that before. I was really struggling with his size and muscles, and I'm not talking about creating a memorable design for him. Honestly, I was ready to give up because all of them looked so boring for me. The first version was kind of cool. I really liked the armor on his left arm, but his outfit felt too generic. And also, he reminds me of Mafia guy. I did want him to look scary, but not like that. The second version was better. I like the belt and gold elements in his design. The third one, he reminds me of someone, but I still can't figure out who. He looks cool, kind of like a cop or an agent, but again, all of these versions felt too serious, and I wanted him to be more expressive, maybe? I don't know. Then I made another version. I gave him leather pants, put more focus on his hair, and added stronger Japanese/Chinese vibe to his outfit. I also tried a few color variations for his hoodie and armor, and eventually decided to stick with this one.
Wow.
And just like that, we move on to the next stage, the backgrounds. This part was a bit easier, mostly because I didn't do research like with characters before drawing them. And I think that wasn't the best idea. But yeah, it is what it is. At first, I wanted to draw 3 backgrounds. A big city, the slums, and a beach. But unfortunately, I realized that if I added the third one, this project would probably take another 4 months instead of 3. So I decided to draw just 2 backgrounds, the city and the beach. The city was definitely the hardest one for me because I am not great at drawing cities, so I couldn't do this without using Blender. I quickly created a blockout and then started painting over it. And I had a rough color sketch, so all that was left was rendering. Since I was inspired by Sydney's work, I really wanted to add a futuristic car, like Nikki's illustrations. But I can't really draw cars, so it ended up looking very boring. I also wanted to draw buildings with more unusual shapes, but thinking how it would look like and drawing buildings like that is still pretty challenging for me. So I went with simple buildings instead. And this is the city I ended up with. I actually like how it turned out. Of course, I would like to draw another version with more futuristic vibe, but again, the process will take a long time. Surprisingly, I really enjoyed drawing the beach. The task was pretty simple, to create a warm summery mood, and it's the complete opposite of the city. I also wanted to give the characters beach outfit, but I am too lazy for that, sorry. I added some huge buildings in the background. I also added more greenery in the background, a small house, and a city in the distance. I actually wanted to add some boats too, but somehow I completely forgot about them. So yeah, it will be a beach without boats. Honestly, I'm not sure what else to say about this part of the process. I just really enjoyed painting it, and I'm very happy with the result. It turned out exactly how I imagined it, and I think I did a pretty good job here. What do you think? And everything is done. While designing all these characters, I almost lost my mind. My eyes got tired, and I feel like these designs are poo-poo and caca. But I think that was mostly because I was looking at them almost every day, and my eyes just got blurred. Luckily, once I finally finished all of them and took a step back, I realized they actually turned out pretty decent, I think. And I still want to polish them out, but that will turn into an endless chase for perfection, and sadly that never really ends. So I tried to let some things go, even if not everything felt perfect. Also, I really wanted to draw on expressions and poses for the characters. Maybe it will be a part 2, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, let me know in the comments which concept or character you liked the most. And please let me know if you like this kind of content from me, where I show my process of creating characters and backgrounds. And thank you for watching my first video. Bye!